Tiara here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in. I am back with another fandom soap inspired by my favorite book series and movie series, and you could probably guess what it is because I've done a lot of these. It is a Harry Potter inspired soap. The biggest inspiration for this was a stamp that I got from Rockin' Roberts. It is a 9 3/4 stamp, and trying to think like what kind of design I could base this soap around with that stamp, and I came up with like a Hogwarts Express design. So that is what we're doing today. When I take a trip on the Hogwarts Express, I have poured in my lye solution that has Tussa Silk in it and some sodium lactate. My oils also, as usual, have coconut milk powder and kaolin clay in it, and I'm just going to whisk this together, split it up into my colors, and work in some layers. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to start by splitting this off into 3 different colors. In this bucket I have some Red Vibrance, and in the little cup there I have some Sahara Gold, and those are by Nurture Soaps. And then I have another bucket that I'm going to make a combination of activated charcoal and black oxide powder. And that is the 3 colors going into this soap. So the majority of it, I want it to be the red and the black. I'm going to mix up this red, and then I'm going to split it off again because I want the color to be very even throughout. So you'll see. I'm doing a bottom layer in red, and I want to do the top layer in red, but I want to pour off the bottom layer first. So let me scrape out this big bucket and I'll get moving here. I'm going to pour in some of my fragrance here. When I was trying to come up with a scent for this soap, I was really struggling. And then I started thinking about some of the things that are on the train. And in one of the scenes, we are introduced to Bertie Bott's Every Flavored Jelly Beans. And so I found a jelly bean fragrance. This is by Nature's Garden. It has notes of wild cherry with ripe peach, tangy strawberry, hints of cinnamon, and a combination of vanilla and musk. You guys, it is not easy to find a jelly bean fragrance oil, especially one that doesn't turn your soap brown. This does have 2% vanillin in it, and it does say it turns it to light brown, but I am really hoping that the colors I am using will combat that and we won't end up with a brown soap. Alright, let's get the molds over here. Pour in a thin layer in each one of my molds and let that set up and mix up my other colors. Very well behaved fragrance. It smells very like red fruit to me. Like, I'm not getting those other notes, I am just getting hit in the face with some cherry. It smells like cherry taffy or like cherry licorice. We'll see how it plays in the soap once it saponifies and see if that changes any, but I'm definitely just getting cherry in this. I kind of want to eat it. Alright, let's let that set up and get the other colors going. Go ahead and put my final dollops on top of here. So I wanted the base of the soap to represent the Hogwarts Express, and I'll put that picture in there to show you where the inspiration came from. But the top of the soap, I want to represent all of the fun treats that the Honeydukes Express, or that sweets trolley that sells all the yummy candies to the students. Most famous are the chocolate frogs and the Bertie Bott's every flavored jelly beans. And so I did the frosting in blue because I wanted to represent the box of the chocolate frogs. And I've seen them in purple, and I had to look back at the movie. As much as I would love to do a purple frosting, I had to look back and the box is blue. So did the frosting blue, and then I'm going to show you the embeds that are going to go on top of the soap as well. So I'm going to start by sprinkling on some gold glitter just to finish off that look of the blue and gold chocolate frog box. And then for the embeds, I got some melt and pour goodies. Oh, and this frosting I colored, I didn't tell you guys, I colored this in like 3 different blues. I had a cashmere, a dark navy blue, and they're all from Nurture, and then I added some aquamarine pigment in there. And if you've never used it before, and I was kind of in a rush, I wasn't thinking, you need to dilute that in water because it's going to turn speckly in your frosting. But I think I worked that all out. Going on top of the soap, I've got some chocolate frogs. Aren't they cute? And I've got some jelly beans made from a mold. And I did myself using this amazing mold putty. And none other than the Bertie Bott's every flavored jelly beans. And poured in some melt and pour. So that is what's going on top of this soap. Start by placing the chocolate frogs in first, and I've learned my lesson with these frogs because they are very wide that I have to have them sticking out or poking out, which I am fine with for this design. They'll look really cute. And then I'll start the tedious work of putting all of those little teeny tiny jelly beans all over the soap willy-nilly like. There's not even going to be a special color order to them. I'm just going to randomly put them on all over the soap. And that will be it. And I am in love with this soap. I've so far loved all of the Harry Potter designs that I've come up with. I really, really do love doing fandom soaps. I think because there's something about a fandom item that I go crazy over. And I know if I didn't make soap and I saw something like this, I would have to have it. And I would get really excited over it. Now I get excited over getting to make the soaps for you guys. So that's just as fun. I have another Harry Potter stamp that I want to use, and I want it to be inspired by the Deathly Hallows, but I am having a lot of trouble coming up with a design for that. So any suggestions on what you think a Deathly Hallows soap should have, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, this is looking good. So happy with that blue too. So still in quarantine here. Nothing's changed. Going out of my mind, going crazy. And I am sick and tired of TV. I don't want to watch anything else. I'm over it. I don't even want to look at the couch or the TV. Don't even turn it on. Don't even suggest it. I would rather stare at a blank screen, honestly. But there's one thing that I haven't done, which I wouldn't mind doing, and that's having a Harry Potter movie marathon. That is a must, and I need to do that. And then I started thinking about, I have this cookbook and I've never used it before. I don't know what I'm waiting for or what is wrong with me, but it's a unofficial Harry Potter cookbook, and it has all kinds of different recipes in it from the books and the movies, or just like British things like banoffee pie, peppermint humbugs, treacle tarts, cauldron cakes, custard creams, pumpkin juice, and pumpkin pasties. You hear about a lot of those things in the books and movies, and I really want to have this big giant feast like they do in the Hogwarts Hall and just watch all of the movies. But then I started thinking there's a downfall to that. I'm the only one that's going to eat these snacks. No one is here to help me, and that's no fun. So I'm planning to do a... Whoop, there's 2 reds on that, so I lied. I do have to think about this. I want to plan like a movie night, you know, with some girlfriends and just cook some things out of this cookbook. I can't believe I've never done it before. I've pulled it out and I've read through some of them. And I think the biggest turnoff about this cookbook is probably the reason why I've not used it is there's no pictures. If there is a recipe that does not have a picture, I don't want anything to do with it. And I think that's the biggest reason why I've never touched this cookbook. Not even one picture. Not even a single colored picture or even black and white picture of what something should look like. Does anyone else have this issue? You cannot use a recipe if it does not have a picture. I need to know what it's supposed to look like once I'm done and does it look delicious. And this cookbook doesn't have that, but I might try some of the recipes out of there just because. Alright, let me just get to work with putting all the jelly beans on here. I'll give it a spritz of the rubbing alcohol, and then I will bring you guys back after 24 hours when I cut into this. Alright, let's cut into this and see what we got. We're stuck. That's what we got. Oh, there we go. Oh boy. There we have it. Interesting choice of colors, but if you think about each and every part of this soap and what it represents, you can really piece it all together. It's a fun soap. There's just so much going on. I still have to put the stamp on there. Don't quite know what to do as far as the color for that. I feel like I should do it in gold, although I really want to do it in white. But like I said, there's just a lot going on in this soap. I should just stick to a color that is already in there. I pulled out one of the jelly beans from the pack. You almost can't tell the difference between the real jelly bean and, you guys probably can't even see it anyway, and the soap jelly bean. I think I did good. And it smells still very much like cherry. Bradley said it smelled like cherry snowball. And I'm getting nothing but cherry notes out of this soap, but that's fine. Cherry jelly bean it is. Oh boy, look at that. I messed up the layer on that one somehow. Whoopsies. That one's special. Wow, I didn't even know I did that. Other flavors in this pack of jelly beans. Soap. There is a soap flavored jelly bean. And this is what it looks like. Whoops! Hey, almost matches my gloves. But that is the soap one. I don't know who would want to eat these. Some of them I'm really starting to question this camera lately. I feel like it's been shutting off on me a lot more for no reason. There's plenty of memory. It's been charged. Something is wrong. So let me just cut into the other loaf and finish what I was saying. There are other flavors of jelly beans. I'm like paranoid now of this camera. In this pack that I can't imagine anyone would want to eat. If you're not familiar with Bertie Bott's every flavored jelly beans, they really are every flavor in there. I can't imagine just snacking on these. They're really just a novelty in my opinion. Earwax, earthworm, dirt, booger, or bogey. Black pepper is in there. And then we've got some grass, rotten egg, sausage, and vomit. And to be honest, that vomit color of the jelly bean almost looks like that. I wonder if I can find one in there. They're very tricky, so maybe not. If you have jelly beans that look very similar and you don't know and you go to eat it, you're gonna be surprised because they'll try and make like the buttered popcorn will look like the rotten egg, or the grass will look like green apple, so they try to trick you. Don't recommend eating them at all. Alright, these will be available on May 22nd. Stay tuned because I still have to put the stamp on this. Next shop update, May 22nd, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. New to the channel and you like soap making, why not subscribe? You know you want to. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for another Harry Potter inspired soap, leave them for me down below. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day. I will smell you later.